Y'all may be seated. You all came out early. How's everyone doing? Well, everything that I heard the minister saying is true. It might be hard to believe, however, it is true. I want to thank you all for inviting me back out, speak to you. Makes me feel good to know I have a place to come to. Can you hear me? Let me take this, kind of hold it. It's a little better. Good. Uh, are there any more coming? This is it? More is coming? We early? Well, I guess I just coast along till we fill up, see what's happening. How many has a conversation for me today? Something to say, something you want to tell me, any stories, any truths, any experiences, any scenarios? Got a lot of them, huh? Well, I think I came out here first in, was it 94, 93, 94? And I've been somewhat saying the same thing as far as teaching. And the classes are set up for you to come to class to learn how to think mathematically and do it. So if you have a lot of scenarios, you might have been thinking mathematically, but you haven't been doing it. Math will settle anything if you are of a mind to be at peace. If you're not, you'll run through the math just so it'll fit you and not your brother. So you'll always have a scenario. Is that the baby? Who baby is that? Oh, okay. Beautiful child. Um, Getting back to the subject, there's a lot of things that has taken place since I first started coming out. A lot of things. Mainly what has happened now, most of all of my enemies or the enemy of truth are now beginning to be quiet. It has reached a time now with all of their efforts to make sure that truth don't come out. They're beginning to see that they fail because they thought, most people think that they're fighting a man, which that is true. However, it's more than just a man in your thinking. It's the system of creation. If you are against it and it's not time for you to do that, you're going to lose. Regardless of who's bringing it to you or telling you or making you aware of it, you will lose. Definitely lose. There is no if, and buts about it. Are you listening? And especially to the black man. There's so many things that we could be doing now that we're not because black man hasn't submitted. And I don't mean just here in Los Angeles or California. All over the country, all over North America. We've had a little dealing with those, our brothers in Africa, and they are jumping up and down. I have to bear witness the same as what the messenger said they would like for us to come over. They said us to come over and start teaching them from the government. Not go over and start teaching the people, and the government is against us. Teaching the government, and the government will set in laws to make sure that the people learn. You see? Now, if this country would have done the same thing, we would be teaching the rulers. And the rulers would put in legislation to make sure the people would learn. You see? That's not happening. So the black man is so comfortable in being moralless. No morals at all. Just do anything. And the more of anything he does, the better he seems to appear to those ones in the country that have money, or he thinks that they have money so he can get a job or go his own way or do his own thing, which is a road straight to hell. You all already know this, though, right? I guess I'll wait a little while before I bring this out. What is it that seems to be the problem that won't let you experience peace with your brothers. Not with the ones in the street, because if you've been with me at any length of time, the brothers and sisters that's in the street, even the Caucasian, you know them. You already know that they are not for what you're doing. So you don't try to force it. If a conversation come up, you may speak with them. However, as far as forcing them to do what you know is right, you don't do that. You have a conversation with them, go on about your business, may even do whatever else with them. However, when it comes to your brother and sister that's in the same idea, what is it that brings about problems? Have I done something wrong?
No, sir.
The teaching wasn't quite clear? Was it?
Yes, sir.
Well, do you ever ask yourself that, what is it? Is it your dislike for being corrected or taught by your brother? If you don't get it together, you won't be able to go with me. That's a reality. You will not be able to go with me. That is a reality. If I was going to take peace breakers with me, no need for me to go no place. They're already doing it here. I just stay here. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That does add up, right?
Yes, sir.
So I always find that when I come around those that are in the knowledge or they're studying, I'm more comfortable with you all than with anyone else. Because everybody else I see is so far behind. It's almost like I don't know what to do. You can't really, they're so far behind you can't ease it onto them and they catch it. Ain't enough time. And if you come at just point blank and blunt, they don't have enough knowledge to really know what you're saying, and they take it as an insult. Now they might want to fight you. So the best you can say was hi and bye, and hope you get it. So you all should be the same way.
Yes, sir.
If you're going to, I know most of you all have some type of employment, and you go to work in this other world, and then when you come around your own self, the ones that's in the teaching, like they're coming back home, and a lot of these scenarios are residue from the other world. So when you're reminded of it, that you should pay attention to what you're doing, especially where you are, defense comes up. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Defense, you got to defend yourself. Truth never has to defend itself. Never. I'm saying this, I've said it over and over again. When I usually come here, Connecticut, I usually share some real godly knowledge. However, I've been doing this for a while, and sometimes it gives the appearance that it's like a showtime or something that's staged. While it's happening, it's real good. You're really into it. The brain is really calculating everything. And when it's over with and you turn around and look at your brother, and before you walk out the door, everything you heard just like you forgot it. So when you go to speak to your brother or your sister, what you just heard don't help you because it was so in harmony with your nature. It was almost like, well, I don't have to remember my name. I've heard it so long, I don't have to remember it. So who was it that called me? You forgot the person that called you. You just know your name was called. You know that's your name, so there's no big attention applied to it. Same thing with knowledge that fits with your nature. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
When it fits with your nature, it's hard to remember unless you actually plan to do what your nature calls for. If you don't plan to do it, it's like, well, I've came and I've got a good performance. I've got a good lecture. Now I'll go on home and just be myself. Anybody experience that? Well, with what I'm sharing with everyone, it should give you enough power to discipline yourself. Why? It's absolutely true that I am a merciful God. I really am. However, there's an end to mercy. It really is. And I'm quite sure all of us have experienced that. When you were growing up, if you had any parents that were really parents, halfway parents, when they would instruct you to do thus and so, and you didn't do it, repeatedly didn't do it, and they kept telling you, I'm going to spank you. I'm going to spank you. As long as they was talking to you, that was mercy. One time they grabbed you in the collar and yanked you up, and you got what they promised you. So that was the end of mercy. You follow me? Well, when we see the man of sin revealed, when we actually see that, where there is no doubt who the man of sin is because his own behavior has and is bearing witness to what the message and the messenger told us. So we can't say it's somebody else or they're people just like us. They cut, they bleed red just like we do. God loves all people. Get that out of your mind. I don't love all people. I really don't. Not because I wouldn't like to. They don't let me. What we see happening today, as far as what's taking place with the this country and the Muslims overseas, the way that this man is actually carrying out his will is so methodically that it's going to spread. And you all need to listen to this.
Yes, sir.
It may seem like, well, how are you going to do anything about it? You know, I turn the TV on, I don't never see you on it. I always see the Secretary of State, the President. What's the black woman now that's with the President? She's whoever she is, very high office. See them and the way that they are reporting, how masterfully they're making their strikes, how they're going to do this and going to do that, as though there is no God until the towers got hit. Then they wanted everybody to pray. The president wanted everybody to pray. As though the Muslims don't pray. If I'm not mistaken, they pray at least 5 times a day. So who should I really answer? A man that prays only in crisis? A man that prays every day? Where's that going to leave us? This is this is in scripture. And you will also find this in the messenger's literature. That when this war takes place, and if you don't have anything saved up for yourself or a system set up for yourself, you're going to die. You have no proof that white folks love you. You have very little proof that you love you. And it's because of their thorough indoctrination, of their dislike of you, that now you dislike you. I'm not talking about just now. But the few of you that are here say we could be madly in love with each other. But look how many it is. all of your entertainers and your basketball players and singers and whatnot, and they're making so much money. So much money. And if I'm not mistaken, it's written that it would be as hard to get into heaven for the rich man as it is a camel going through a eye of a needle. When we don't remember these type of things, what's taking place looks big to us. It looks like, well, this is what's really happening. I don't really see God. I see something else taking place. And it appears as though these people, Muslims, are really going to get annihilated. How many of y'all have ever been to Africa? Nobody? Only one. Africa was in existence before the Caucasian was sent over here. There's no place hardly in Africa that you can go and get the conveniences like you do here as a general practice. In this country, once you get out of the desert, and even in the desert, they have oases. They might even have a McDonald's sticking up in the place of nowhere. They just got here. Last man developed. The last man. Africa don't have that. Once you leave the city part, where there are cities, and they're ran by mostly white or the influence of white. But we were there first. Long time. Why am I saying this? Because Africa has caught hell from the Caucasian to the extent that they fostered war amongst their own self. They jump up with a coup in a second. They don't like how you governing. They jump up with a coup in a minute. Overthrow the government. Kill up the people. It's been going on for years, centuries. Why did that happen? Because the beloved of Allah, his people was here. You. My people lose their life for the lack of knowledge. Where's my people? In North America. In a shallow grave. And because your brother and sister in Africa did not come to help you do nothing, they ain't come to help us do anything. Matter of fact, when they did come over and see us, they laughed at us. They still do it today. So what would be a better or more fitting punishment for them to have to ask us to save them? That's what it's coming to. Every person, every entity that's with me, and I don't mean with me in your body, like we walk and you see both of us walking or talking like we are now. No, I mean here. If you're with me here, every person that's with me will be a teacher or a savior for those that would want to be saved. Now, everybody is going to ask us to save them, except until the last moment. The Caucasian, he's going to ask too. However, it's going to be at the last second. In short, too late. And when he realizes there is no hope for him, period, guess who he's coming after? You. He got this, it's like the Muslims over in the East So if I got to go, I'm taking some of you all with me. So he strapped himself with bombs and just run into a crowd and kill himself, try to kill up 4 or 5 others with him or more. That's what he gonna do with y'all. Especially if you're not with me. I'm not gonna save you, and he sure ain't gonna save you. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
You should weigh this very carefully, what's being said. So when you go home and look at your child that think they know so damn much, or you see your parents, mother and father, telling you that you are crazy, what you gonna do? When it comes down to the real nitty gritty, are you gonna fight to save them? Or are you gonna do as Jesus said? Curse them rascals out and leave. You say yeah. But the black man, what you do have is love in your heart for another black man when you see him in distress. Because you don't have knowledge. Knowledge controls everything. It determines how you will show your love or anger. It determines when you will move or when you stand still. However, we're not used to using that. We're used to going by our feelings. And that's why we get tied up in all these scenarios. We can't even have a fish dinner without having a scenario. We can't even have a real good meeting without having a scenario. Because you're operating on what you feel. You know, just a good case of that was white folks. Before the towers were hit, every one of them was singular. I. My opinion, my thoughts, my belief. Now I can ride down the street and you see every time you look up, you got 2 or 3 flags on each car. God bless America. I hope you're really listening. If this isn't time for God, well then when? Since it's not going to be done in no presto whammo fashion, twinkle the nose fashion, when? And if he's just now coming, has he got enough time? He's saved because he's the Savior. However, is there enough time to save you? You think about that? Why you getting into the scenario? No. You think, well, I'm right. I know I'm right because I know what I did. I know what came up, brought this about. So I'm right. Sometimes I go places and people charge me for doing so and so or saying so and so. And I see that they're so stuck on it, I'm getting an argument with them. I say, okay. You said I said that? Yes, sir. You said that, Father. Yes, sir. You said, okay. If you say so. They can't argue with that. Can't argue. I know what I said and I know what I didn't say. I know who's talking to them while I'm talking to them. So when they come back and tell me what I said, it wasn't me. It was that other God. They heard what he said. And they charged me for saying it. However, as long as they're living, I can still help them to change. I don't have to stand up and get all huffy with them. If it's a captain, a lieutenant, minister, whatnot, approach you and say, well, brother, so and so and so is the case, or sister, so and so is the case. If you're actually using the mathematics that you're supposed to be learning, that's not a problem. That's welcomed. Oh, I'm in error? Yes, sir. Well, how so? Well, so and so and so and so and so and thus and so. I see your point. I'll put that in check. Oh, by the way, before you leave, your tie's crooked. You know what they're going to say? Tit for tat. Might be that. And if it is, then the person that gave the instructions first should be the first one to show or demonstrate how they take instructions from someone else. Say, oh, my ties, I don't have a mirror. Would you straighten it? Then if the person really did it for tit for tat, now they feel cheap. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I do it all the time. I have fun with it. I really have fun because it teaches how easy it is to be humble. Now, the people in the East that pray 5 times a day, they haven't helped us either. They have not helped us. And the only way that they could, or anybody, as far as that's concerned, help us is that they would have to give us the means or allow us to have the means to develop what we see, not what they see. Especially at this day and time. If they say, well, if they give you some conditions like they did the minister and offered the messenger refused it. They offered the messenger millions of dollars if he would just quit saying he was the last messenger of Allah or the messenger of Allah and start teaching Eastern Islam. Millions. He said, I didn't make myself and I can't change this. So I cannot accept that. I have to deliver the message. They offered the minister. It appears as though he accepted. If we think about poverty here or the ghetto, to what's being shown there, the ghetto looks like a good place. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So to take something from someone that's going to demand that you do certain things with it, and if it's not going to advance you as you being you, the real God, you'd be foolish to accept it. Some Arabs approached us in Africa. Our National Secretary, Abbas Rasul, was there. Will be returning soon. And the business that we were doing in Africa attracted them so much that they approached us. And they wanted to know, where did you get such an idea? So he told them, said, well, it's a man in our country by the name of Solomon, or Stylist Solomon, is his idea. And we need this for our people in our country. They said, well, would you consider after the war in Afghanistan coming and teaching us? If you would, all expense would be paid as long as you're there. You wouldn't have to want for nothing. And if you'll do it, we'll give you a sizable amount of show me money right now. And after Afghanistan or during the same time, if you have enough people, we also want it in Pakistan. He named about 3 other places. So we asked him, well, why? They said because the time in history has now shown itself to be we can no longer rule the people the way we have been ruling them. We have tons of money and we do not know how to distribute it as it should be, especially with the thinking of the people. Pardon me. So what we see you doing needs to be employed with us. We said, well, what about the Nation of Islam? Or they said, well, no, we can't see anything really happening with that. There's a lot of rhetoric, but we have never heard a plan or seen anything like what you all are presenting and what you plan to do here in Africa. They said, it appears as though you all are embarking upon a long distance activity. It's going to take you a while to achieve it. He says, you're most certainly correct. This isn't something we're going to put up a temple or a mosque and ask people to come to pray. We're going to change your whole living condition. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when I hear about a scenario that the bean pie didn't turn out right, something very trivial, important, however, it's trivial. It shows that you're not really employing what you learn. It's like you're putting it in the bank and saving it for a future time. This type of knowledge, you can't save it. You have to use it as you get it. Because if you don't, you'll have it for a certain period of time, and then when you reach for it, it's gone. Because you're always, put it this way, when you first get in, if you're going to take a bath, when you first get in the water, I would hope that it's clean, the water. If you just sit in it and don't bath yourself, just sit in it, the water's going to basically remain clean. Basically. And when you get out, you're still dirty. Because you didn't use the water to get the dirt off you. You just sat in it. So when you pull the plug, the water's going to run away. You're still dirty. And no, you don't have the water to clean yourself anymore. Same way with the knowledge. If you don't use it, when it's time for you to really use it, you're still dirty. You can't clean yourself because the knowledge has now escaped you because you've been in practice with another knowledge that's against true knowledge. So you're accustomed to that. Your surroundings and circumstances outweighing what you have called putting into your bank. You know, much like if you save money to pay your rent, you may put it, have a bank account, and you put it in $50 a week or something like that. Try to build your bank account up so when the rent comes, maybe one day you get $300 or $400, you put that in. Man, I'm doing pretty good now. Got 2 more weeks before rent. Rent in about $500. I got $300. Put this in the bank. Looks good. By the time rent comes around, an unexpected bill comes in. So what you thought you had, you don't have it. If you're going to satisfy the bill, or you minding your business, and you with me, and Satan says, "Well, let's try it." Cops stop you. You don't have no license. The license plate on the car belongs somewhere else. Everything just backwards. But you say you with me. So you got the $300. Now the cop comes and takes $6 from you. What I'm saying is, if you don't use the knowledge, it's going to go against you. The same as the Nation of Islam. That's almost a joke now. You can't find no nation. Hardly can find the leader. You see? However, when I first started teaching you this and telling you what was going to happen before it happened, nobody believed it, and you can tell nobody believed it. Look who's here. If a lot of people believed it, checked it out, and made their belief real knowledge, the place would be filled. We'd have to have another place. However, nobody believes it. Nobody believes it. Because they're going on their feelings. I like the way he told those white people off. I like the way he pointed out how they're messing black people up. Hey, are we living in a glass house? Yes. You telling white folks what they're doing. What are we doing? If you with me, somebody come offer you something wrong, you ain't got to take it. You don't have to take it. So we don't blame the person that offers it. Blame you if you take it. Hope y'all understand what's being said. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how the lack of expressing knowledge makes a person act. It looks like when you really just don't want to express real knowledge, you don't want it around. You don't want anybody talking about it. You just don't want it around. I mean, I want to live with the lie. Let me stay with the lie until I decide to change it. Oh, really? Who say you gonna live that long? I mean, since you ain't God that's living, you're a dead God. And your choice is to remain dead. So why not just take it all away? Cremate you or bury you. Got a choice. But you got to go. Yeah, I mentioned Minister Farrakhan, Lewis rather. Not Minister Farrakhan because that's two different entities. Mentioned Lewis's name as the leader of the Nation of Islam, what he's done and is doing. People's jaws get real tight. Like, why has he got to talk about that? I mean, I love the man. Book says, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And it also says, God is love. So how you gonna love somebody more than me? I just love intelligently. But if you don't require or earn any love, well, I'm gonna give you love. I remember the messenger was teaching, which is true. He said, if you're gonna deal with white folks, you don't have to love them. Just treat them right. Just treat them right. At least as much as they'll let you. But as far as loving them, oh, you make a big mistake. Well, what's the difference in Louis? White folks can't get but so close to you physically, mentally, because they're not a spiritual people. So they can't get into that real spirit because they're not spiritual. But guess who can? The one you love. You know, it's like you staying home. You know, your buddy in the street can't really get you. So he knows that. But he mad with you, got to get you. So what he do? He go to your woman. Because he know if he get her thinking the way he is, she can get you. Why? Because she's close to you. By the time you figure out what's really happening, she done got you. And don't tell me it didn't happen. Ask Samson. Cut all his hair off. So who can get us? Louis or the white man? You see? And we've been gotten so thoroughly. And you act like you like it. So thoroughly that now everything that you could have accumulated, you've given. You ain't nothing now. At a time when you really got to have something. And I don't mean have money. That's okay if you got a brain to know what to do with it. You have to have a system that's going to take care of you whether you have money or not. Now's the time you got to have it. Where is it? You see? But no, I just love Louis. You know, we don't let him in our meetings anymore. Is that right, Brother Minister? Oh, you can have a seat if you like. If somebody coming to get you, I'll protect you. We don't let them in the meetings anymore because of their behavior. Last meeting we went to, they called the lawyer. They got a lawyer. They gonna make us let them in. Who are you niggas to tell us we can't come in? They said, well, you don't want us at yours. You don't want to do anything but break peace in ours. So you're not getting in. Your minister don't want you all to be with us. So you're not getting in. They were so indignant. You all, most of you all have your lessons, or you know about your lessons, general orders. You know, you don't allow no nuisance around your post. Well, they was causing so much of nuisance around the post that some people came in and saw it and left. So the manager called the police and put them out. The manager of the place where we were speaking called the police. They trying to make the manager go get the contract and show them whether it was a personal meeting or public meeting contract. This is the man that has produced, this man that you love so much, this is what he's produced. So the manager say, I don't have to get nothing. They don't want you in the meeting, you ain't getting in. Now leave. They said they ain't going. He said, okay. 911. Here come the big white man. You got to go. And guess what? They went. You see how dumb that is? They went out in the parking lot. When the police left, they came back in. Called the lawyer. The lawyer came down. They came and told me and said, Father, their lawyer is outside. He wants to come in. I said, well, is he with Louis? No, he's not with them. He's just their lawyer. I said, well, he can come in. He came in, sat down. He stayed too long. You want to know, could he be my lawyer? However, he said, I'm going out right now and tell them how much in the error they are. Matter of fact, you get the tape. You all got the tape?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear it?
Yes, sir.
He was on there, letting them know. He's going to let them know. And he did just that. Bust out. Before he left, he stopped at the table. See what we were doing in the table? You know, we had baked goods and other things and literature on the back of the table. He stopped, and while he was looking at the things on the table, brother came up and said, well, Father, what is the purpose of your tonsils? So I started explaining to him, and when I was explaining, he stopped, turned from the table, and looked at me like, said, what? I said, well, I'm going to give him something to go really tell him. Let him know what this man saved God and what he's saying. I believe he is. So he went out and told him. But this is the man that has been for years, 20-some years, taking everything you got. There is no system set up other than what I got set up for you.
Yes, sir, Father.
You need to think about this. And if anybody tells me, well, why you got to talk? I talk about whoever I please. You know why? Because they talk about me every day. They don't be picturing me in their mind, but they're constantly talking about God this and God that and Jesus Christ. And so, and they'll come and talk to me like that. Like it was in the last meeting I had. Brother came up, he had all kinds of knowledge, he said. He was just telling me a lot of things. I just let him talk. And I explained, I said, it's a sickening thing after a while. Somebody's always talking about you, right to you. However, they don't see it to be you. I don't care what math that you show or share with them. Crystal clear, they still refer to you as being somebody else. You see? So I said all that to say this. If you do not use what you're learning, you will not be able to enter into the system of salvation because it requires discipline. Simple discipline like 1 plus 1 equals 2. You can't make it be nothing else. So since you can't make it be anything else, you got to accept it. So if you use math that way, you can't lose. Even if someone is talking to you about you that's not so pleasant, if they can prove it, then you need to make the change. If they're in error and you can prove that they're in error and you want to take the time to prove it, then prove it. And then they'll see they're in error. However, the thing is that it's not personal, never personal. Now, somebody can make you personal, but it never starts out that way. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I thought I'd say those few things. The Arabs or the Eastern Islam is known as being the treaty of knowledge, which that has played itself out. What I'm teaching is the tree of life, which is just now beginning. We need to express life, not a redundant, perpetual routine of beliefs, thoughts, and opinions. We got to know. And then we got to do it. So then we can understand what we know. As long as you talk it and never do it, you will never come into real understanding. And isn't it ironic that we don't have nothing with all this knowledge we got? You talk to the 5%ers, they can add up all the numbers and tell you, boy, they can get into it. And ask them, do you have a flower pot that's growing a bean? Well, no, I'm God, Allah God of the seventh kind. And what I got to do with anything? Do you eat? Yes. Everything except for what I'm doing. Every stitch of your clothes, somebody else made it for you. If you stitched it up, you didn't make the yarn. You didn't make the cloth. You didn't make the needle nor the thimble. You didn't make the sewing machine. You didn't make the sewing machine oil. You didn't make none of that. You go to the water closet, as they now call it. If you need some tissue, which you usually do, you didn't make that either. So what is all this knowledge really producing? I see a little baby, beautiful baby. Show you how we work God, how God works. Baby came here with nothing. No clothes, only a will to live. It didn't need no instructions or roadmap to find the breast. All that the baby needed was waiting on the baby. That's a system that we employ. So when the baby came and cried out, I need to be nursed. The mother placed the head near the breast, and the baby starts searching till they find it. If they don't, the mother puts it in the mouth. If the baby don't seem to be hungry and the mother's a little nervous, she take and squeeze a little milk out, rub it across the baby's lip, put it on top of the nipple. He gets right to it. That's how God sets his system up. Now we got another system that we were raised in that does just the opposite. They want to make sure you think like them. So what do? Go to school and get the education. Get the education. Make sure you go to college at least for 4 years so you can get a good job. And most of the dumb parents fall for it. And the somewhat ambitious child or curious child accepted it. Now, the enemy of knowledge or truth already know you don't got nothing. So they said, well, look, we will give you a loan to the student. Call it student loan. It may total up to be according to how long you stay in school, trying to duck getting a job. And they know this because you don't have no real understanding of what life is really about. So the money is coming in and you're going to school and you forget it ain't your money. So instead of staying in 4 years, you took 6 years. Then when you come out, you're so upset with the world, you can't hardly find a job. You're already in debt. 20, 25,000. Now, while you were doing this, all your hormones came up in you and whatnot. Now you got a child. You wasn't taking care of that either. So eventually, they track you down for the loan. And the sister gets mad with you because her sister's telling her, don't let the nigger get away with that. Go tell Mr. Bobo. Get child support, girl. Now, they got you for years back child support. You see? Now here comes our supposed to be brother comes as a reminder of what the messenger taught. He comes and robs you more. So when you finish, the only thing you can say is, I love the minister. I will not have you speaking about him like that. Why not? Does truth hurt you that bad? That's your truth. Well, what have you got? We have much of what? The minister is respected all over the world. Hitler was too. Everybody recognizes him. The ones in the East says that he's the new Mujahid, or whatever they call it. He's the best. He's the Imam over here in the West. All right, he's all that. Now what you got for you? And how did he get it? Did they give it to him or did you give it to him? Can you go to eat at his table like they go and eat at his table? I don't think so. Well, Royall, can I go to your house? Let me know. We'll set a date and time. Just make sure you're hungry. Because I don't want no food wasted. Well, you're saying that now because don't many people come to your house. I think 20-some people live in the house with me. Of course, most of them are mine. Only being humorous. We don't have anything, black man, other than what I'm producing. And if you look at it this way, if you got me, you got everything. Until you let me go. You know, it's much like jumping out of a plane with a parachute. It's got you. Especially if it opens up. But if you decide to let it go, need I say more? I mean, before you hit the ground. Now you can let it go once you hit. Are you following what I'm saying? Well, the times to your thinking man is no clearer than what it is now. The man that is the enemy of truth is at war. And he's at war with truth. So he's at war with people that look like they have something. They got a lot of money. Not that much knowledge. However, they do have a real strong belief in Allah. However, it's wrong. Their belief is foul. It's flawed. So at this particular time, I can't really answer them the way they want to be answered. And because it appears as though you and I are not big enough or strong enough at this time, they will wipe out the base, then come after us. Because that's the old Islam that seems like he's got power. In other words, that's the father with the muscle. Here's a little child, Solomon young and tender. Man child. Little child. He looked bad jumping on a child. So let's get the daddy. And while we're working with the daddy, the little son will be growing up. When we finish with daddy, we take care of the son. Really? You must remember, black man, no one has ever seen God as himself except you. Because you are God. Everybody else in the world, all the other races, and the red man, can't see you as being God. He just look at you and say, well, you are strange people. Resilient people, strange. I guess if they ever woke up there, I guess they could be God. But right now, they can't be God. It just can't be. They're not doing anything that God would do. And the first thing that God does is self-preservation. He makes sure that at least he can eat. He makes sure that at least he can drink some good water. He makes sure that he can clothe himself. He makes sure that he can house himself. And they look at us, are we doing that? No. Are we? I'm talking about as a people. And if you're doing it separately, you got to pay for it. And you're paying the man that's standing up as God. You're going to pay for it. With this, you don't have no tuition. You don't have no student loan. Because what I'm sharing with you is not a loan. If you accept it, it worked for you, same way it worked for me. And I got it possible where you can go to school and you don't have to pay if you're with me. If you're not with me and you want to come, I'm not going to stop you, but you got to shell out. Because if you really don't agree with what I'm teaching and doing, you're a thief. You come and get it and leave. Maybe it helped the enemy. So if you're going to do that, well, then bring some money with you. I hope you understand. We got some farmland where we can work on it, produce some food for ourselves. We got some transportation to bring it to your door. We got some communication. Ben had the 800 number for a long time. And when it gets to the time, are you listening? When it gets to the time, which won't be much longer, you won't be able to use the phone. The phone's not going to work. Not because white folks did something. If you got a cell phone, it almost ain't working now. You be waiting till the heat of a conversation. Click. I'll be down to the bank to sign the papers. Did I get the loan? Mr. Jenkins, click. What did I get? What? Cut you off really to pass. When it gets to be that time, then it'll be like when the messenger says, I'll speak to you in your ear. We won't need a phone. However, in order for you to receive it, you got to be with me. And I'm not saying it from a selfish point where if you ain't with me, I'm not going to help you. I've tried to talk to some people that's not with me, they didn't pick it up. Their frequency is off. When I touched on theirs, I said, man, I can't go there. Going that frequency is like somebody scratching their fingernails on the blackboard. Hey, so I just won't say nothing to them. However, if you're with me, it means you're on the same frequency or very close to it. So I can talk to you and I'm never insulted. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Well, you do have a choice. You can believe it or not. However, the time most certainly is at hand when that is going to be employed. I got to protect everybody that's with me. And I'm going to enjoy doing it. I'm going to enjoy doing it. Just to see you pick it up as, he's been doing what he's supposed to do. He picked up. Did you all see Lethal Weapon? I think 3 or 4. Where they had Jet Li in it?
Yes, sir.
How many didn't see that? Well, most of you saw it. You remember Danny Glover?
Yes, sir.
When he was willing the man to tell him where he was at? He was under the water. You remember that part? No, he was showing that what they showed was God, but they did it in a very savage way. The whole time the love that they expressed for each other, or Danny Glover expressed for the white man, was inordinate. You don't show love that kind of way, with that kind of language, that kind of expression. And then they're so together that this man can be under a rock, under the water, drowning, and he can pick it up. So much can be done. All right. I shall see and you shall see also. Are you following what's being said? So if and when you all discipline yourself enough using the knowledge that you've been learning, where these scenarios will cease, That's what will ensure whether you be with me or not. It's not going to be where I say, well, I like you, you can be with me, and I don't like you, so you. It's not going to be that way. Like ain't got nothing to do with it. I know some brothers. When I was driving for Muhammad Speaks for the Messenger or the Nation of Islam, there was one brother that we used to ride together with. There was always two on the truck. I knew this brother was Satan. I had more fun with him than I did anybody else. He was a stand up, sit down, lay down comic. I was like a vacation all the time, just cracking up. He'd just be lying and lying and lying. He'd like, go to the ministers and be telling them things. And they asked me, is that right, Brother Royall? I walk away. I didn't say yes or no, I just walk away. So they finally caught on to him. However, if you discipline yourself, you can never get trapped. And let me say this also. Are you listening, brothers and sisters? One of the things that has got my attention is the brothers in their slow acceptance of a mate. And then the mates that they do have, they always find a problem with them. That's if you don't use the knowledge, it's understandable. However, if you're with me, you say you're using it, you got all these problems. How are you using it? How are you using it? You know, the first of the year, the first month in the year, is always my birthday, my Earth Day. You know, the first one, number one. This January, I'll be 60 years old. The big 60. I'm gonna look better than this in a few days. I say that to say this. The wife that I have, we don't have no scenarios where we see each other. We're so wrong that we get into a real heated debate or anything of that nature. And I know if I can do it, I know goodness why you can. Don't you think so?
Yes, sir.
Well, once you master that, that means then you have mastered yourself. If you haven't mastered yourself, you can't tell by talking to the secretary, the lieutenant, or the minister whether you mastered yourself or not. If you do with them, it's just those signs. However, when you master your mate and everything turns up rosy, then you know you've mastered yourself. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Brothers, 21, after you reach 21, if you have no interest to actually take on a mate or a wife, then you're really not learning what you're being taught. Especially if you've been in it for 4 or 5 years, you're just going to stay just with the teaching. It's just good to you. Something wrong. You know, it's like having bread, toast with no butter, milk and no cookies. They kind of go together. You'll never know what you really know unless you're grounded. You know, it's much like you see birds when they fly and they go land on the high tension wires. You seen that before?
Yes, sir.
You know why they don't get killed, right? Who don't know? Because they're not grounded. As long as they just touch one wire, they're not grounded. As soon as they touch the other one, or they can touch the pole and still touching that wire, they're a goner. So that's the same thing with you, black man. If you're gonna stay by yourself, you're not grounded. So there's no way you can measure what you are. Can't measure it. That's what they say about me. Being all positive, they just can't believe that. That's impossible. Impossible. Got to have some negative. That's the way the world is set up. That's the way the universe is set up. Got to have negative. As long as there's negative, they can always measure positive. However, the book reads, this God, even the ones that does all the measuring had to close their book. They couldn't measure it. Impossible. Couldn't measure it. We don't want to do anything to anger this one, because if we can't measure it, we don't know how much power he got. We just know what he's got. What we got is nothing to what he has. Think about it. And this is what causes me, if I do get into some type of altercation, the fight is more with me than it is with the person that's bringing it. Because I already know they can't win. Now it's left up to me. How much do I want to hurt them? Or do I want to hurt them at all? So I got to hold a conversation with me. So my wife receives love from me. Even if the instruction seems a bit harsh, it's always where she still loves me. And I can measure just what I'm putting on or putting out by her expression. I know when to back up. I know when to give it a little bit more fuel. Are you listening? I'm saying these things because if you apply it, those are steps in your own mastery. However, you got to apply it. You have got to apply it. If you don't, you're going to lose it. That's why if a man's going to have more than one wife, he can't have another man, because another man can't show you your growth. He's too busy showing you his. Are you all right? Chairs are hard. They look pretty hard to me, except for the ones in front. How come the sisters ain't made some pads for the chairs? Because the brothers never asked you, right? Okay, well, you should have made something just for your side. Well, if y'all have any conversation for me, I'll be more than glad you're satisfied. Like I said again, I'm very happy to be here. If you all listen to the tapes that's been coming from the meetings I've been having, you pretty well kept up with what's going on. I'm saying this in no uncertain terms. The end is here. The end it's not coming around, it's not around the corner, it's not coming, it is here. It is here. And we do everything so mercifully. We allow the war to get started where you are not directly involved at first. So it gives you enough time to come to a decision whether you're going to be on the safe side or whether you want to gamble with death. You follow what I'm saying? Well, this is where we are. I'm not a gambler. I tried it a couple of times. I didn't like it. Then the unsurety made me uneasy. So next time they asked me to gamble with them, I said, okay. Then they charged me for cheating. Father, you use some power on that. Yep. So don't ask me no more. That's why you can't find no place where God had a game. He didn't play. Have you found a place where God, it was written that God played? Because even in his play, he still make it come out in his favor. Anybody got anything they want to say to me? Did you understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You can come to the mic. You all understood what I was saying to you? We're at a point now where if you talk, it makes no difference to who you talk with. Are you listening? If it's Wallace's people, now I'm not talking about just the black man in the street. I'm talking about people that claim to have knowledge or have a leader. I don't care who you talk with or you allowed to talk with you. No one is doing what you are. No one is in the position of what you are. No one. No one has with them what you have with you. Everybody can talk about Allah. You can tell them who Allah is and why. They can never tell you why. So if you give it up, that's exactly what you've done. You gave it up. If Satan makes the grass look greener on the other side, you're going to lose. And remember, like the brother said, it may look green on the other side, but it still has to be mowed. Yes, sir.
Assalamu
Walaikum salam.
My name's Tyrone, and I have a question for you. What will I notice about myself when the process of Islam is working in my life?
Peace. You will notice that immediately if it's really going to work. And it's not so much that Islam is working in your life, is you work Islam. You work it. Because it's not going to work. You have to do the work. And you automatically, the first thing that you will experience is peace. Any difficulties come to you or any difficulties that you are in, the first thing that you're going to notice that you don't get riled. You'll go at it in a mathematical way and bring about the solution. And if you cannot bring about the solution, what makes this so good, you can always call somebody that knows exactly how to handle it. And they won't mind sharing it with you without charging you. And if they do, tell them, oh, look, I'm calling Father. Charge me $5 for you, man. And I'll let you know. Is that answer?
One more.
Yes, sir.
Why are you here?
Well, I come to collect the best of the planet. It's called the cream. God of the universe. And I'm here especially to get rid of negative. To make sure that there is no reason for death anymore. So I'm here to make sure that we live forever. And to get rid of everything that is associated with death. That's why I'm here. I love the original creator for what he has done. So since I have more knowledge than him, I'm employed by him, by my own permission, to make sure I correct that which he could not. And I'm in the process of doing it. If that answers your question. That's it? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. It's also a pleasure to be in your presence once again.
Same here.
For the fourth time. First of all, I'd like to ask a question I always wanted to ask was what my name meant. My name is Brother Barry.
Barry?
Yes, sir.
Means a man with broad shoulders. It means a person that carries weight.
Yes, sir.
A weight bearer. A man of relief. A man of power.
Yes,
Got
sir.
that?
Yes, sir. My other question was, you had made a statement that Africa, the people in Africa didn't help us, nor did the Muslims.
in Afghanistan. And my question is, were they supposed to help us,
Yes, sir.
and why?
Because they're supposed to be the righteous. They say that they believe in Allah. Africa, we are black. They know we came from there and we were brought here. They didn't try to help us, try to do anything. So whether they would be successful in helping us is a different thing. However, to make the necessary effort to do it, they didn't do it. You see, and it's not just the ones in Afghanistan, the whole Eastern Muslim world. And the one thing that's unforgivable is for you to accept the law and don't accept the messenger, or to accept the messenger and don't accept the law. They accepted Allah and Prophet Muhammad and refused to accept the update of Allah through his messenger in this day and time. So they accepted one and rejected the other, so that's unforgivable. If that answers your question.
Yes, sir.
That's it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm
My
doing
name is
fine.
Dwayne.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to know, did you always know you were God? And if you didn't, how did you come to realize that you're God?
Well, as far as an entity, or what people as Christians call soul, yes, sir. That is common knowledge, especially being God. However, as far as being into this particular body for a period of time, that wasn't necessary for me to know I'm God. And you know why? Because knowing it and being unable to be it would be a burden. You see, that's why when the angels came and told Joseph, said, Joseph, take Mary and flee. Because the child she's carrying is a blessed child. People's going to call him Savior. So they flew. He got a real fast ass and made it. She gave birth to Jesus. Jesus didn't know who he was for a long time. So an angel came to Jesus and told him, said, well, look, you're a very special person. You have to be about the work of your Father. So let me teach you a few things. And he taught him. Then Jesus became aware of who he was. Then he started acting and being in accord with who he is. Same thing with me. As far as the body, while it is growing, it's not necessary for me to know that in that body at that time. When it gets to a time where I'm to be responsible for who I really am, yes, sir, then I must know. And everything that is around me that already knew has to help me to become aware in a balanced manner so that I can be exactly who I am. You know, much like the omen. You remember that omen? He had all those people protecting him. He knew who he was. He's got to be what, in his teens? When the man finally told him, said, look, go read Revelation. It's a book of Revelation. It's just that for you. And he went and read it. Told him what chapter and everything. Then he came to realize after he took the mirror and looked in his head and seen the 360s, oh, however, he was born with it. It wasn't that, well, he was born with it and already knew. No. So knowledge has to accompany a certain amount of experience. And a child, just like the baby there, very important baby. It's not necessary for the baby to know. The only thing that's necessary for that baby to do now is eat, sleep, and grow. So yes, sir. I knew I prepared this body for me to come in. I prepared this body for me to come in. That's why it talks about you haven't seen me in my royal robe. Now you do. The robe isn't quite perfect, but I got the right seamstress. So yes, sir, if that answers your question.
Okay.
Does it?
Well, yes, I understand why.
That's it.
So earlier I heard you speak about the original creator.
Yes, sir.
And is there a difference between the original creator and yourself?
Oh, yes, sir. Big difference. The original creator started off with nothing, so therefore something came with him that he had no knowledge was there. And then when he figured out what it was, he didn't have the knowledge to get rid of it without getting rid of himself. And it was all dark then, total darkness. With me, I self-created myself in the light. However, it was because of him. Because before him, there was no light. So there wasn't no need for another God to create himself in darkness. That had already been done. However, no creator had created himself in light. So I did. So since I created myself in light, that means that I created myself in something that already gave me a foundation of what already existed. So I got an opportunity to see the perfection and the imperfection. I got the opportunity to gain all the knowledge I need to make everything perfect. So that's what I did. So I have my own universe in the making. So I'm not just here, I don't have a place. Oh no, sir. I have my own universe that I'll be going to. And this is why when you read about Solomon, the white man don't say, well, Solomon went to his own house or his own universe. When you get to about the 9th chapter in Kings, it talks about, well, God, Solomon was, he wasn't pleasing God, so he had to leave. But that's Bobo telling it. What's really happening is when I had to leave, and it was in the 9th chapter, number 9. 9 is the number where it puts a period. Period. Don't go no further. That's it. So it means that I had to leave. I had completed what I promised that I would do for him. Then I was free to go to my own. And if you a good brother, I might take you with me. That answer your question?
Um, okay.
And you want me to say it another way because it's very important that you understand it. It may appear that I'm being humorous or playing, but why should truth be all serious? What I'm telling you is absolutely the truth. I didn't go to Hollywood and get no script. I'm self-created. Really am. The first Allah or the original Allah did not create me. After he brought the sun into being, nothing within 7.5 million miles in circumference around the sun can live. Nothing. And that's where I created myself in that zone. That means there was no negative there. None. When he created himself, full of negative. And that's what he found. Couldn't get rid of. If he did, he had to get rid of himself. With me, wasn't none there. So now I can clean up his. Might sound strange, but that's the way it is. For real.
Okay. Yeah. And I realize that you're a man, so eventually you'll have to die. So what happens in that scenario with God?
Well, no, sir. That's the way it has been. If I was going to do the same thing, I wouldn't be here. It reads in the book where I were in death. And it's not the death, it's the actual physical death. That's why the question is asked in the Bible. So, oh grave, where's your victory? Oh death, where's your sting? Because it's no longer. So you will be my people, I'll be your God. You have no more tears, no more sadness, no more sorrow, no more death. You will live forever. Or at least as long as you want to live. And I don't see why you want to die. Because what I'm going to put into you is always a perpetual thirst for life. So you'll never get to the end of it, so you'll never seek death. It won't even be in your equation. That's why it says, he makes all things new. All things new. And then before he says that, just before it says it, it reads in there, there's nothing new under the sun. Then it comes that, However, when he's 21 years old, he makes all things new. And there's nothing that could produce anything new other than in death. Everything else, the original God is doing it. So I take it everybody here is not all the way with me. We got some visitors. Oh, so you a visitor? Okay, you still home? Yes, sir. All right. I may have I may have. Well, I'm glad you're here also. Well, it's good. Maybe I didn't know because it looked like almost everybody was with me. And I didn't scan or take the poll. I may have brought everybody a little different. However, it's working out. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Mashal, and I was wondering if you could tell me what that means.
Say it again.
Mashal, Myshau.
A man undercover. You make a good policeman. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all you want to know?
That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I really enjoy what you had to say, and I'm a visitor.
Hmm.
And my question is, what are your teachings on sex outside of marriage?
Well, there shouldn't be, we shouldn't have sex, period. Let me say it again. That's a way that we have been accustomed to because of the man that's been teaching us. He's a man of the number 6, and he never got from between his mother's legs, so he stays in sex. Never makes love. Not in it. So a man that's going to have sex and not married, he shouldn't have it. However, today, it's almost hard to find a way. The water is so muddy. Now, if a man is really a man, we clean muddy water. We clean it. So he should get a wife before he experiences introducing himself to a woman or a female. He should get her so when he's introducing himself, he'll be introducing himself for real. So both of them are having the same introductory at the same time. So they got a fresh start to work with. However, circumstances a lot of times don't allow that, especially if you're not in some type of moral teaching or have the proper intelligent fear of the Supreme Being. So that is my take on sex without marriage. That's it?
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Father, I'd like to ask you a question, 3 questions. First, you shared with us years ago that Allah came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad and was asked the question, why are you here? And he answered to get the white man and the black woman's foot off the black man's back. Is that the, I can see the Caucasian's foot being released off the black man's back very soon, as you shared, the end is here. Will the black woman's foot be off the black man's back simultaneously, or will that take place before the Caucasian actually comes to 0?
It'll be after. It'll be after. The black woman loves what the Caucasian, she may say she don't love the Caucasian, but she loves what he does. She loves what he offers. So in fact, she really loves him. So to come to do something right, especially when there hasn't been an intelligent showing from the black man that he's God, she's more apt to stay with what looks like is God than come to be with someone she thinks, or in her mind, she know can't be God. If this is my husband, my boyfriend, if that's God, please. So she's judging what the black man is by the behavior of her man. However, this is the thing where they mess up. The black man is the one that decided to do what's being done. He was the one decided to make white folk. He was the one that put a period on how long this is going to take. He was the one that went under this oppression knowingly. And before he went under, he also said, or had the supreme being come and tell him, look, you're going to go to a strange land. You'll be there approximately 400 years. It's going to be a stranger there that's going to oppress you. And when the time is up, and he has served his time, and you serve your time under him, I is independent. So it's got to be God that's talking, not an angel, not a minister. This has got to be God, the independent one. And no one is independent but God. I will come, and I will bring you out with great substance, and I will judge the man that had his foot on you, that caused this oppression. I will do that. However, just before I do that, I shall send you Elijah to make a way for me. However, the black woman, until she see the black man really doing something, he got his big buildings, and he got his airport, and he got his shipping line, he got his clothing, then she might say, oh, I think I'll go back over here with Leroy. Until then, they think they got it, because the white man has caused them to believe that. They got it. And he's taken away from them all power of reasoning. Reasoning don't have anything to do with it, just money. And when you don't have the proper morals,
Like, just like that. Ain't gonna be groping and stumbling around. He's gonna come alive instantly. No doubt about it. And if he don't, I got something to wake him up. Yeah, for real. I mean, for real. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm the first one to know I am. I start in this body. I start trying certain things. Whatnot. It works. Whoa, boy, this is good. In Master Prophet Muhammad, it didn't work. A lot of things I wanted to do, I couldn't do it because his body wouldn't allow me. This one, bad boy, don't hold back. If that answers your question.
Yes, sir, Father.
Yes.
Also, I would like to know what my daughter's name means. Brianna Alexis.
Brianna Alexis. A very likable star. You got it?
Yes, sir.
A very likable star. Very bright one, too. That's what it means.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Father.
Okay.
Last question. When will I meet my soulmate?
Well, how long you been asking for?
Well, Father, to be honest with you, the mud is very thick and muddy, and I have taken the posture on actually looking at the black woman in the improper manner, Father. Seeing her with the being in unholy alliance with the Caucasian, and unholy collusion, and being one who's always given me opposition of being the original man and intellectualizing me out of my origination. I have been very apprehensive with wanting to even deal with any sisters in the real aspect of man and wife.
Well, this is what you do. And I know it'll work because I did it. You might say, but you God. But I had to do something for it to work. I mean, I just couldn't sit there and it just work by itself. I was driving a truck one time, and I came to the truck stop, and at that particular time, the women of the night used to patrol the the truck stop for the horny truck drivers. And I used to see him all the time. I'd sit up in the truck. I used to watch him walk by. And like I had some kind of a halo around the truck or something. He never would stop at mine. Go next door, but beat on the door or whatnot. The truck driver let him in. So one day, this girl came by. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Nice looking black girl. If I wasn't God, she came, knocked on the door. I rolled the window down. It was cold too. She said, "You want some company?" I said, "Yeah." She came, got in. And at the time, I already knew I was God now. I had a problem convincing anybody else. She got in the truck, and I had a cab over. The seat was way over on the other side. So she came and she said, "Well, what do you want?" I said, "Conversation." She said, "Well, that's going to cost you." I said, "Well, how much?" She said, "Well, how long you want to talk?" I said, "That'll be up to you." She said, "Well, I don't really want to talk." I said, "Well, that's what I want to do." We started a conversation like that. We never did agree when we going to talk. 5 o'clock in the morning, she realized the sun was coming up. It started getting lighter. She said, "I've been in this talk with you all night. I ain't made no money." You see? She came to make money. However, the conversation what I was having with her didn't allow it. So if I wanted her to be my wife, I would have took her. I just wanted to talk. She couldn't escape. And guess what? I didn't pay a dime. Didn't pay a dime. So usually the fear of having to, in your thinking, make somebody change stops you. But you don't make nobody change. You cause them to understand what they're doing or what they're not doing. You cause them to understand what you will allow and what you won't allow. Then if they accept it, then you got something to work with. I don't care how muddy it is. And this girl was plenty muddy. I saw her the next week. I went up there and she walked by. She saw the truck. She walked around. Make sure I ain't getting hung up with him. I just smiled and whatnot. But however, that depends upon you. Man makes everything happen. Makes everything happen.
Thank you, Father. May I be
Yes.
excused?
Yes, sir. Is that it? Anything else? You got something else?
Oh, yes, sir. I'd like to ask some more questions, Father.
Yes, sir.
Um, uh, Raymond Sharif. Um, is it only known to you, Father, that he was the worst person to come out of the sun?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Wallace is next. Yes, sir.
And the next question is the brothers and is it brothers and sisters that reside in the earth, or is it just brothers?
No, sir, it's both. Brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
But when you see them, they're not going to look too much like brothers or sisters. When you see them, they look like we can. But you have to look at them, like sometimes people see my wife, they look at her, what is she? I drive down and stop to pay a toll. White boy rolled by in his pickup. He almost ran into the toll booth trying to look, is that a white girl in there with him? And I said, now. So we're going to have somewhat of the same, but we're going to be happy because they're going to be happy too.
Yes, sir. Last question. There's so many brothers and sisters that are of the 144,000 that are alcoholics and that are addicts.
Yes, sir.
And
No problem.
No, yes, sir.
Twinkle of an eye is over with. All they got to do is show that they want this. That's why the only thing that would stop me from helping them if they committed fornication with another mindset. If they accepted Islam the way Wallace taught it, and that's what they really wanted, I shall not help them. And they sure enough gonna need it. I mean, they sure enough gonna need it. You think, oh, well, I won't even get into that. However, if they really want this, and they're dope addicts, or whatever addict they are, they can be right at it. And they really want this, in a twinkle of an eye, they'll be changed. Because that's what I promised them.
Yes, sir.
through the message. The message let everybody know I'm going away. And while I'm gone, do the best you can. He didn't say, while I'm gone, don't get drunk. Don't eat no pork. Don't. He said that before he left. He said, make sure you memorize the lessons. Memorize them. He didn't say learn them. And while I'm gone, do the best you can. So if that's the best that they could do, and they still have in their heart the love for the first love, they shall be with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Father.
Yes, sir. Is that what you were going to ask? I might have spoke too quick.
Oh no, sir, Father. It's everything that comes with being an alcoholic. Everything that comes with being an addict is just so much. They use the word funk that that's in that to be all the way into the muck and the mire. I mean, all the way in it. It's so much at this time for I know what you can do, Father. It's just so much. It's so hard to reach them at this time for those who are trying to help retrieve the 144,000.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yes, sir.
It'll be taken care of.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Father.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
I'm so glad you were here.
Yes, sir.
I recently, about 3 months ago, found this idea, and immediately I felt peace.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I do have a few distractions yet in my life, and if I may go over one of them.
Yes, sir.
I was a full-time staff member in the Church of Scientology in a part called the Sea Org, which is a discipline outfit. And they have rules and regulations. And when I said I wanted to leave and route out of it, the process that they wanted me to do wasn't immediately done. That's like a year and a half ago. Recently, they have been striving to get the process done. But I have changed. And the difficulty is, well, when I give my word as a Muslim, that I would do standardly the process, it's come to this. I've changed to where I eat one meal every third day. And they insist that I be a glutton in order to do the process. And that's the difficulty I wish to resolve, because I want to keep my word, but I don't want to change to something worse than what I am.
Yes, sir. Well, this is how you handle it, if I may. When you learn better, you do better. And no one that has not learned what you have learned has the right to demand you to do something other than that. So I would suggest that you let them know I have learned more since I've been absent or in my growing than what I've learned here. So what you're asking me to do is break the first law of nature, self-preservation. So it's not that I'm against what you all do. I'm for me in life. So I have learned what I'm doing is much better for me. So I will be unable and unwilling to do what I've given my word to do. My word was bond as long as I was ignorant. Now I have grown into knowledge, and therefore it makes my word really bond now from knowledge, not from ignorance. What I gave before was a promise because of the love I had for you all and what I was learning. Now I have learned things the right way. So if I break the word to myself in self-preservation, I broke it to God. And I'd much rather break it to you than break it to him. You see?
Yes, sir, Father, I have it.
Yes, sir.
Uh, if I may pose another question, the Caucasian, the grafted man, has an entity that is not like our entity.
It's true.
My question is, well, just what was the sequences that entity to come about when the flesh wasn't there? What is this origin of that entity, and where will it go when there is no more Caucasian flesh?
Well, the Caucasian don't have an entity. They have a mass of incompleted ideas posing as an entity. However, it is not. We, the black man, have a entity which means a mass of completed ideas. Theirs are never completed. That's why they're always at each other's throat. They're always disagreeable. If it was completed, then they could agree on something that's definite. With them, nothing is definite. With them. And that's why you have all these different competitors. They're always competing against each other. They don't work together to produce something that is in harmony with nature that will benefit us all. And that's why, because they don't have an entity that's completed. They have a mass of incompleted ideas. And when they expire, these ideas go, since they're mostly a negative, go in the earth. And they remain there until they're able to work themselves back out. And sometimes they miss it as far as coming back out and coming into another white child or Caucasian. They may come into a piece of steel, come into a tree. You know, just can never get that thing right because it's caught up in it. You know, you might have a car and the wheel keep running off. And the people just can't say, well, I can't understand why they just keep happening. It's in there, they can't get it out. Didn't know that, did you?
No, sir.
Sure is. So next time you get something that's real stubborn, get rid of it. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Father.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Solomon.
Walaikum salam.
My name is Brother Brent.
Yes, sir.
And I heard a tape that you had made about a week ago. Not made it a week, I heard it a week ago. And in it, a brother had asked you about Master Farad Muhammad. And then he asked you about Brother Alfonso, his father. And in that, you said that in order for me to respect the acting God's plan or sue it before I came unto him. Could you explain that to me?
I said I had to respect the acting God.
Plan.
Right.
At that particular time.
Oh, yes, sir. There has been only one Allah before me. Everybody else has been acting God. They have not been God. They've been acting. You know, Ronald Reagan was an actor and went to be president. He really was an actor. You know, like Minister Lewis. And the thing about that is minister first. Minister Lewis. But he's an actor. He's not the real. So in order for me to respect the acting God, then by Master Farad Muhammad coming from his father, starting to be this God that's coming up for us at the time, or wiser than anyone else. In order for me to respect him or cause the angels and everybody else to respect him, we made him a master first. And if you notice, if you think, oh, you're listening? If you think, if you pay attention to the language, you can't say God and then say master or master God. That don't fit. You can't say that Minister Lewis is something greater than minister because that's the first thing that said, minister. But we want to make it like it's some kind of great big, you know, like he said, I'm the messenger, I'm more than that. He never did say what he was. However, the title says minister. Master Farad Muhammad, master. Look at the mastery first. And he's going to make you look at the mastery first because of his conduct, because that's the way we made him. So we automatically you're going to see him as being a master. So when I come into his body and do what I got to do, you never know it. Because he was already a master. And this is me showing him respect and making everybody else respect him for allowing me to come into his body, for him hosting me. So that's the respect that I pay for him. So when I leave to come get in my own royal robe, nobody else will see that I'm gone. So they still respect him.
So that's what it means. In other words, like with the brothers just before you was talking about the entity. And the brother asked about when did I know that I was alive? The entity never came in until the body got big enough. However, we prepared the body first. We prepared this body before I took occupancy of it. Because of who I really am. The entity, you got an entity inside of you. You know, what I'm looking at, the shell is, that's matter. But there is a mind that's over the matter. And that's called an entity. So my entity now is in its own royal robe of body. In the beginning, since I was to do all of this, Master Farad Muhammad did not raise the messenger up. I did in his body. So when I left, because it wasn't going to take that long, so when I left, he could go back doing what he was doing. He's still a master. Everybody still respected him. So that's why. In order to respect him, we made him a master. I could took the brothers talking about some of the brothers drunken and on narcotics, and I could took a drunkard, came into his body, did the same thing. When I left, did everybody get on him? I said, man, what happened to you? One day you were so wise and so forth, whatnot. Now, what the heck happened to you, man? Because as soon as I leave, he go right back to being what he was. So since he said it, well, I said, all right, what we'll do, we'll make you a master first. Then I'll come in, do what I got to do, then I'll leave. And the reason why, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
The reason why we had to do this, and the reason why I had to do it, and I said, well, you're a master, so here they are, go over there and get the mess and straighten him up, get him ready. I couldn't allow that. You know why? Because he still had negative in him. And when a man has a lot of knowledge, there's only a certain amount of filth that he will associate himself with. Here, this man had to come into a situation where the black man knew nothing about God. He was totally ignorant. A wise man don't do that. And it's not Master Farad Muhammad's duty to raise up the black man. It was me. So if I allowed him to do it on his own, he would get angry and would have done something he wasn't supposed to do. Like Musa. Them Jews kept telling him, Musa kept telling him, well, look, God wants this and God wants this. And one time one of them asked him, well, where is this God? He said, don't worry about that. You just do this as God wants. So they said, well, look, we want to hear God speak. So they kept bugging Musa. He said, well, okay. He set a mountain up, put the dynamite down and everything. Told him, look, go stand right here and you hear him speak. He blew him up. He wasn't supposed to do that. So Master Farad Muhammad, being part Caucasian, his mother was Caucasian, full-fledged Caucasian. And his father being the acting God at that time, his body was not free enough or strong enough or enough discipline to put up with the necessary filth long enough without hurting this black man. So I did it. I came in and I performed everything for the black man, raised the messenger up. Now I'm back in my own body. And he doing whatever he want to do. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
That's the way it is. So that shows respect. I didn't disrespect it. It's much like, and this is another thing too, brothers. If you are married or you plan to get married and your wife rubbed you on that wrong nerve, and you don't want to be barbaric. So what you do, however, you got to cause her to understand. Don't do that, baby. Don't do that. Now, you taking me out of my godhood. So what you have to do, you got to tell her how sweet she is. You got to raise her up 4 or 5 notches. Then when you cut her down 3 or 2, she's still 2 higher than what you was when you started. You see? It answers the question.
Yes, sir, it did. I have some
Yes,
more
sir.
for you. Is it okay, brother?
Yes, sir.
Could you explain to me what the order of a Melchizedek is?
Melchizedek is another word of saying God in man or man being God.
May I ask you? May I add to that?
Yes,
In
sir.
the Bible, they say he was of no mother and no father.
Yes,
the
sir.
King of Ceylon.
Yes, sir.
How does that come to pass?
Well, it's the same thing as saying that I am Allah. I'm created, self-created, so I don't have no mother and father. This fleshly body came through a mother, through the womb of a mother. However, how I did it and how I worked the negative and the positive, nobody's ever did it before. So really, she's not my mother in that sense. It's like flesh producing flesh, but it has nothing to do with the mind. It's much like if you read the Bible about Joshua, when Jehovah was telling Moses, take Joshua, the son of Nun. It means that this man don't have no parents. Otherwise, no parent can claim ownership of this particular person. They can't say they're the author of his knowledge. In other words, it's also like saying this: man-child, man-child. It's letting you know he's a child, but he's a man. However, there is no woman involved in producing this child. He's produced from two men. I don't know if I'm explaining this right or not. Well, that's what the Melchizedek means. That's why I say it's another word for saying God in the flesh. And you can't. It's almost like saying Adam, the real Adam, not the white folks Adam, the original Adam that God created Himself from. You can't find where He had no mother or father. So He got to be God. So that's what that means when you say Melchizedek. It refers to it really being God, more or less in the man sense. To take out the spiritual or the spooky part. It's another word saying God is man. If I'm explaining it right.
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir. I have two more questions.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
One is, when I first came in here, you were talking about scenarios and mathematical thinking.
Yes, sir.
And you said the thing that fettered us from accomplishing mathematical thinking was emotionalism.
Right.
So where does a brother begin to work on that emotional part of his nature that keeps him locked up, tied down, in chaos, and going in and out of penitentiary?
Well, the first thing you do is always ask yourself what you were thinking. What you were thinking. Now, you got to think it before you do it. If what you were thinking, you ask yourself, is that right? You know, somebody may come up to you and really angry you, and something comes in you like, oh, top. If you're thinking, now you can say, well, now, am I willing to pay the price for this? If I kill him, this country got laws. If I can't prove that it's self-defense, I'm going to jail. Am I ready to do that? Or if somebody say something to you, you might want to curse somebody. Before you do it, you say, well, now, is that right? And the answer's going to come. The answer's going to come, no. Then you grit your teeth because you got some. And don't do it. That's the beginning of it. And once you do that, then you start saying, man, I got power. I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. Most of us are so personal, you get insulted quick. What let me know, I know I got power. I had people come up and laugh at me with the teeth. Look at you. One sister said, man, right down here in Pomona. We went to another person's house. She carried me there, whatnot. We was talking and carrying on. She liked what I was saying. And she said, look at him. He ain't got no teeth. She said, open your mouth and let me see it. She started laughing. I opened her mouth and let me see it. And the other one sitting there and said, well, that's not right. Why would you do that to him? But I was laughing right with him. Because I know why I don't have it. You see? So I had enough discipline to go ahead and take the sting out of what they was doing. I erased it. Since I didn't react, what they did was futile. Didn't work. Matter of fact, then they got on her. However, now if I was personal, it might have been a fight up in the house. You see? So when you start doing that, do it more and more, and ain't nothing you're going to do where it's going to work right away. Everything takes practice. That's why they say Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. And the message say we will grow into the new. Nothing instantly. So that means everybody's got to work. That's why it says know the truth and it shall set you free. In order to know it, it means you got to work it. You can't just have it in your mind and don't do anything. You got to actually do it. And in doing it, you become to know it. It's like if you come to live with me, you see me now and say, well, he says he's God. And the way he's talking, it might be, he might be. But you don't know. Now, if you come to actually live with me or ask me to come to live with you, whichever way it works out, and then everything you see me do, everything you see me say, everything, every thought that I have, whatnot, always comes out positive, then you can say, well, I know this man is God. I know it. That's because we interchanged. We worked together. We had something in motion. As long as you don't have nothing in motion, like the minister, nothing in motion but a mass structure, and that's gone. And they can't say he's a law, because he ain't never said it. He suggested subliminally, but he never said it. However, the time requires Allah himself. The messenger say, after me comes God himself. He didn't say after me comes a minister. After me comes God himself. So after him, the proper person that should show up and that we should be looking for is actually that God himself. So I'm in my rightful place for being who I am. And I'm talking with the right people. I don't go on television and try to get people in. People invite me on, I go. I'm invited to go on TV, I think, a couple of days after this. I go and talk. If I'm not invited, I don't go. Otherwise, I don't call them and say, look, I want to go on TV. I want to do something. I don't do that. I'm invited. If that answers your question.
Yes, sir. I humbly ask you to answer one more question for me.
Yes, sir.
And it's dual.
Okay.
One is, what does my name mean and what tribe am I from? My name is Brent.
Brent. It means an inward birth. And now that means you will come alive to know yourself. And not so much yourself. You'll come alive to know what is. And when you know what is, do you know how you fit in it? And that's really important. And that's when you start really recognizing your power. You have the power to change then for the better at every step. So that's what it means. Now, what was the second one?
What tribe am I
Oh,
from?
what tribe you from?
Yes, sir.
Ah, you're from the 10th tribe. The 10th tribe. You don't know what that means, do you?
No, sir.
We have the numbers from 0 to 9, which is in effect really 10 numbers. When you start over again, you got to start with 1 and the 0. It's much like me creating myself in someone else's creation. It don't mean that I have to submit myself to the creation that I'm created out of or from, because I have knowledge to do other than that. It makes me independent. However, I'm independent in something that already exists. So I have a choice now to develop in what already exists or go and do something in and of my own. So the 10th tribe has that same ability. It's like you starting over again. You can almost say I. One is independent. However, you got the 0 beside it. So the 0 makes it where you can almost say it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, brother.
So that's what that tribe means. That's the ability that you have. However, if you're like me, and one usually is, you always respect what you come into, and it's always an addition to it that magnifies it and makes it right, helps it magnify the right of it. So that's what you are. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Brother Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Salam.
Welcome, salam.
My name is Eric, and I heard you mention the term self mastery. What is the process to start self mastering yourself?
Well, the same as what I was saying to the brother. You have to have a thirst to want to do right. And then you have to find the place which this is the place. So you can determine what is right. A lot of people tell you what they think is right, but that's thinking. There's a formula and a system that Allah has put in place that is right. It personifies right. It's called math. When you employ it, not just from the numbers, but in your thinking or in the gathering of facts that will show you what is true, that's what will help you know yourself and start to become yourself. When you apply yourself to the facts that you have found, it's a fact that you're a black man. It's a fact that you're hated by your enemy, the Caucasian. It's a fact that the Caucasian came from you. It's a fact it's time for you to wake up. It's a fact the waker up is here to help wake you up. It's a fact you're going to love it. Add all those facts up, you can't wait. Let's go. Where is he? You see, all facts don't have to be truth, but there are fractions that will bring you into the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's what you do.
And would that help me with some spiritual growth?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I wouldn't even be concerned because that happens automatically. It happens automatically. You know, like every 2 weeks you got to go get a haircut. You don't even think about it until you look in the mirror. Oh, my hair's getting long. It just happens automatically. Unless you're bald and you can't grow no hair. But you wasn't born that way. In other words, doing that, anything spiritual, and spiritual only means the why of things. Why? Why are you asking me this? Why is the black man the way he is? Why is the white man the evilest man on the planet in a mathematical way and he's so successful? Why? Why is Elijah come and raise up and then he had to leave? Why is the God now just coming? Why? Why? When you start employing that mathematical thinking, you start coming into and say, oh, because you're hitting those whys. And every why makes you wiser.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good
Good.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
I apologize for being late. I'm sure I may have missed some of your wise sayings. And I feel a little foolish for being a little late.
Oh, don't even worry about it. I might be a little late myself.
I have quite a few questions, and maybe they're repetitive. I don't know. So I'm begging you, and
Yes, ma'am. I'll work with it.
all right. My name is Willa Jean. What does that mean?
It means a job being done from your very essence.
Thank you.
It means whatever you do, if it's the right job, you really do it from your very essence, your very fiber of your being is all in it.
Thank you. Now, let's see. As the black race, did we clone the white man?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Now okay.
No, ma'am. We use a method called grafting.
Grafting.
Grafting, yes, ma'am. We grafted. You know, like what is it? Where does the grapefruit come from? The orange
Oh,
and the
orange,
lemon?
orange and lemon.
Right. So it was a grafted thing.
Oh,
And the hog, we grafted him too from the
okay.
cat and the dog. Well, the rat and the dog. Well, it's three, wasn't it? It's the rat, cat, and dog. Call him hog. Yes.
Okay. The next question. Thank you. Are we transformed into another dimension of time? Will we be transformed? Perhaps not in this physical body, but
Well, no matter, it won't be that kind of way. Instead of transforming you into another time or another frequency, it would mean we would be leaving this one as it is. We're not doing that.
oh,
We're changing the frequency that matches our will or how we want things to be. So it's not going to be off in some other place. It's going to be right where we are. That's why it says, I make all things new. I make it new. I take the old that we're used to and I change it. This the same principle. We do it every day. You heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
yes,
That's how
yes.
we get rid of things.
Oh,
You can't contact it and it just disappear.
is it a black hole?
Oh, well, no, man, not black hole. Black
Oh,
hole, that's in the universe. I'm
oh,
talking about the Bermuda Triangle right down off the coast of Florida.
oh, okay.
So, they have ships, planes, and everything just disappear.
Right.
We
Yeah.
change the frequency.
Oh,
So nobody can get in touch with them. They can't get in touch with nobody. Nobody can get in touch with them. And we take them on in.
oh.
So, however, we're going to change the whole, wherever we are, we changing the whole thing to fit us. We're not going to go no place. We are, but it's still going to be on this planet.
Is it a fact? Thank you. Is it a fact or a fallacy or what that we choose our parents to complete our journey on this earth?
Most of the time we do. However, if you are being somewhat reprimanded for what you did when you were here last, we assign your parents.
Oh,
We did that to the minister. Minister Lewis, we assigned his parents because of what he did when he was here the last time.
okay.
So we assigned his parents to him. However, if you was a rascal, when you didn't have no real cause to be a rascal, we bring you back into a family like that, then try to, allow you to work your way out of it. Otherwise, they give you hell.
So does that have to do with the time that you live on this planet?
It-
Your
it-
age?
yes, ma'am. All of that.
If you pass when you're young, then you're finished?
No, ma'am. You come
Oh,
back.
oh, you come back again?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Once, once an entity is created or made, it is never destroyed. To destroy that entity is like destroying a piece of Allah Himself.
Okay.
That's why we are called persons.
Oh,
Each person that's original is a part of the sun. And that's where all of the entities are formed or made in the sun.
from the sun,
Not from it, in it.
in the sun.
And then when they are dispatched to the different planets or whatever it is, that is a part of the whole of God Himself. So once it is made, it's never destroyed. So that's why you come and go, you come and go, you come and go, you come and go until I come up. Now, if you go, it might be good, but when you come back, you won't be going no more because I'm gonna have everything changed, and the sun eventually will cease to be. It won't be no sun as you know it.
Why is it we do not remember?
Well, because we gave a promise to the man that we said we were gonna make to rule this planet. We told him, look, rename the angels. You know, all creeping, crawling things, foul. You do what you do your thing. So if we had remembered, we could not allow him to do that. So it would be better if we took on a voluntary, severe case of amnesia. Then this way we wouldn't see him doing wrong, or at least we wouldn't feel as though we had the right to change him. Therefore, not breaking the promise of God to the man. Six days. So now we allow him to have 6 days. It's up. Now we can start to come back into memory. However, it has to be the God himself to come back and start to bring about the refinement of your memory. When it gets back into the real essence of you, you start to say, yeah, that's right. I knew this all along, but I couldn't bring it out. You start remembering. Now, if you're talking about why you don't remember what the number was last week, or who you called, or you can't remember the phone number, or you can't remember the person's name, that's not the kind of memory we're talking about. Most time, if you're a real righteous person, you don't remember things like that nohow, because what you're being asked to remember isn't worthy of you. So your brain rejects it. So you don't remember it. So you be walking around, man, I got a bad memory, but you wasn't told nothing to remember.
Well, then this is why. Is this why we came to this planet?
Well, what do you mean to get our memory back?
Well, no, not just to get the memory back, but to
Well, I'll tell you why we did come.
or to
Well, the reason why
heal this planet, or what?
yes, man. Well, this planet is the physical home of God Himself. The physical home.
Okay.
The spiritual home is the sun that you see every day. That's the spiritual home. The physical, if He's going to be spiritually, mentally, and physically in a body, this is the planet. That's why no other planet has life on the outside of it. Just this one. No other planet has the coloration that this one has, because this is the physical home of God. So you and I came to make sure that we clean it up, because God deserves a clean home.
So there's no other life on the other planet.
Oh, yes, ma'am. That's not on it. This life is in it.
Life is in it.
Yes, ma'am. All planets has life in them except Mercury. And the germ or the atom has been placed there for it in a few years to produce life in a way where it'd be people or human form.
May I ask one more question?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Is there a particular vortex that we as a black race should
Should read?
be?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am, because I'm here.
Oh.
The only thing that is asked of anyone, and especially the black man, the only thing I ask you, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
The only thing I can ask you is the only thing that you can give me. That's submission. I don't have a right to ask you for anything else. And if I ask you for submission and you actually submit everything that you ever wanted, or that you should ever be, or ever think that you could be, that's what you'll have.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much. I appreciate
More than welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I won't hold you all much longer. When am I going? Sunday? Was it Sunday? Was it Berkeley? I'm going. Well, I guess I hope the secretary will make it known I'll be up in Berkeley, California, Sunday, and then tomorrow and Thursday I think I'll be on a TV show.
Yes, sir, Father.
I'll be on a TV show, and I'll just be having a good time.
Yes, sir.
So if you all want to attend, turn the TV on and find out when it's coming on. Make sure you get it, and invite somebody to watch it. Already inform them. Don't pay attention to what you see. The book reads, "Let him that has an ear hear." Now, if you hear what's right, it will govern what you see right. You see? So you look and say, he's just the way he said he would be. You see? So then you say, well, I got to admit, God's not a liar. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir, Father. I wanted to know, how do the scientists and yourself protect those of us that are with you? And are there beings in the unseen that are with us with the devil talks about guardian angels?
Yes, sir. There are guardian angels that surround you all. And the biggest way of protecting you is causing you to think right. Now, if you are unable to think right and you get into a jam, we will take over and speak through you or do the action through you. And you always come out right. Then you come and say, well, Father, thank you. You saved me from so and so and so. Yep, I sure did. Or your guardian angel, you sure did.
However, we do this because we know you're not going to be a baby forever. You're going to grow up and be a savior yourself. You'll be saving other people if it's nobody but your child. You'll be teaching them, and that's saving them. Understand?
Yes, sir, Father.
Okay.
Yes, sir. My next question, if I may.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dealing with the atom, the devil talks about a proton, neutron, and electron. Seeing that the atom has weight to it and that there's negative in the matter, what is it about the atom that makes it negative? Is it the electron or?
No, sir. The electron produces the friction that actually produces the energy that's in it. The neutron is the negative. That's the material or the reaction from the energy that's in it. Produces, it's like if you take both your hands and rub them together, they start getting hot. Well, if you do it too vigorously, you'll start hurting yourself. That's the negative that comes in it because it's already in the material. That's the reaction to the initial action. So that's what the negative is. It's always a reaction. Satan always comes after. He could not. Zero cannot prove that it exists. Impossible. In order for it to prove that it exists, something of nature that is of life got to come and do something. Then by it being in motion automatically shows now the zero. It's the same way it is with negative. That's why if you have a car and you say, well, I'll put it in neutral. What you're saying, you put it in negative. It ain't doing nothing. Is that answer?
Yes, sir. My last question, Father. Can we communicate with the entities that are in the sun?
It can be done very easily. Now, whether you can do it or not, I don't think so at this juncture. However, you have people that say that, they have seances and they call up the dead and so forth and whatnot. Well, if they are truly with right, so to say, they're not laying around, floating around in the atmosphere waiting for somebody to call them up to answer. They're actually in the sun. Now, this happens almost nightly when you go to sleep. The entity never needs rest. Never. It's always seeking to do something. It's always in motion. So if you're really, I don't say a righteous person, if you're conscious of what's right and you like that, so when you go to sleep, you go to sleep in peace and your entity leaves and it goes back to the sun. It has a good time. When it gets time for it to come back before daybreak, it comes back. Now, while you're out, you may have a dream what you're going to do tomorrow, so whatnot. It lets you know it already lets you know what's going to take place before it happens. Then when you come back, when it comes back into the body, most of the time in this world, like Dr. Green said, they call the body the wall of forgetfulness. When you come back into the body has so much negative and so much wrong with it, it makes you forget where you went. So you don't remember. However, you do go and come back. Now you can be conscious of this and speak to those that's in the sun. That can happen. However, I don't think any of us are doing it just yet.
Thank you, Father.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam. Let me say this. If anyone has to go, I won't be offended. If not, we'll take these few questions and hope to see you again soon. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. My question was concerning my name and my tribe. One of my questions.
What's your name?
Yes, sir. Thomas Charles Cody II.
Thomas Charles Cody?
Yes, sir.
Thomas means permission. Charles means rough, uh, tough. Cody, it means programmed. The second means you must be after your father or somebody else. Somebody else was first, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got it?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Father.
Yes,
I have
sir.
another question concerning
Yes,
when
sir.
you were on the ship with the scientists and they showed you a little bit of everything. I wanted to ask you, what was your emotional um,
How was I feeling?
yes, sir.
Have you ever been on a roller coaster?
Yes, sir.
You know, when you take that first dip down, like you become real light and you're all energized because you know you're not going to be hurt. But this is energy, you moving, it's thrilling. It was perpetuating like that. No words were spoken. However, the feeling was like, man, woo! That's like the best I can explain it in this language. It was an exhilarating feeling and it was extremely, extremely satisfying because what was being shared were absolutes and by people that have knowledge. Just for them to have the knowledge to be able to operate the ship and go where they took knowledge. And then for them to see it worthy for them to speak with me and come and give me a tour. Oh man, you talking about happy? I'm still kind of lit up.
Yes, sir.
That's why I know it don't make no difference how people see me. It don't make no difference what you think, what you feel, what your opinion is. I know that I know that I know, and I know what I don't know. I know people that does know. And if, like they were telling me, you don't have to worry about nothing. There's no one capable of doing anything to you. And matter of fact, we want the privilege and we're taking the opportunity for two of us to always be with you. We're going to make sure nothing happens to you. That's how much we love you. Hey, somebody telling you that and you in a spaceship, they got to be telling the truth. You know, they didn't try to trick me. They got too much knowledge for that. So that's the only way I could feel. That's why I said in a few days I'm going to look good. Yes, sir. Anything else?
Yes, sir. Another question is it pronounced Cortova in Africa, the land that we have just received?
What did you ask me about it?
No, I wanted to know, is that the correct pronunciation?
Oh, cultivate? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My question is, how will we eliminate waste so as to not pollute as this land is
Well,
polluted?
when I get rid of all negative, there will be no such thing as waste. And as far as our diet, what we'll be eating, it will be pure energy. We'll eat once every 7 days. And we will have no need for bowel tract because all of the energy that you're taking in is pure. And that's what you'll be using. It's going to taste real sweet in the mouth and in the tummy. So there won't be no waste. As long as there's no negative, there's no waste, there's no residue, there's nothing to get rid of. If it's pure energy, everything is used. That's what we're going to do.
Yes, sir. One last thing, I would like to thank you for the brothers and sisters here at Temple 27. They learning me. I really appreciate that, Father. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Tamla Rivers, And I wanted to know, do you know the meaning of my name?
Tamala?
Tamla, Tamla.
Tamala. Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Tamala means tainted, colored, or changed. Rivers, a place to return. A place to return.
Okay.
You know, and that's what rivers do. They always return back to the ocean. You know that, right? Rivers always goes to an ocean. They always empty into an ocean. You don't think so? Follow one time. It either leads into another river that river leads into the ocean. But then you say, well, suppose it's a river that's fresh water. Most rivers are. Why does it blend with the ocean? It's salt water. Something else?
May I ask two more questions?
Yes, ma'am.
My father changed his name to B.A. Chike before he left, and I didn't get a full understanding what his name meant. Do you know what that name, B.A. Chike, might mean?
B&A Chike?
Abiade, Abiade, Chike, Chike.
What name is that? I mean, what nationality?
Maybe African. I don't know.
Will this mean something to you?
Yes.
B&A means a man is changed, or a changed man. And the other was Chike? Means less than full, or one that's cheated. Sounds like he cheated himself. That was your father?
Yeah, he was adopted. He didn't know his real parents. I think that's why he changed his name because he didn't feel that really belonged to him.
Okay.
That name. My last question is, what is do you know what my purpose is, or you know?
Well, I always tell everybody, if it's a man, your purpose is to be God. If it's a female, be goddess. Be the black man's heaven. Once you accomplish that, then you be whatever else you want to be. You know, I used to tell people exactly what they are to be, but I stopped that because they go out and try to do it, and that isn't something that you go and try to do. If you just live, you're gonna be it anyhow. So just be a goddess.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, my name is James Hayes. I'd like to ask you a question. What can I do about my not, I see, like, to work thinking about, I usually forget something, quick. They call it Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. Anything I can do about that?
Alzheimer's? Well, yes, sir. Well, if he can remember to be with me, we'll take care of it. However, at the present time, we have some medical. Well, I won't say medical. We have some doctors with us, and they'd be able to tell you what to take internally to help that situation and somewhat turn it around. Are you experiencing that? Yes. Oh, very good. When I say very good, I mean it's not long. This your first time here? What? Man. Well, see the secretary and make sure you get the number to Dr. Peach. Yes, sir. And yes, sir, we'll work with that. And if she fails, I'll make sure she tell me so I can go to work. No, sir. She wanted to come, but she always going and brought somebody else. She trying to leave her patients.
What I'll do is I'll get in touch with you, leave it immediately on my number with you tomorrow. Something.
It would be better if you allow the secretary to give you the number and you call.
Okay.
Because that way you're suggesting I have a lot of numbers. However, if you call me, then you're calling one person. If I have your number and all the other persons, I have a lot of people to call. So you'd be much more effective if you just call me. I say, oh yeah, I remember. Told you to call. Yes, sir. Is that a line of questioners? Oh, all right. Yes, sir.
Sir. Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
Yes, sir. My question is regarding pardon me. Is regarding a report on MSNBC about the two countries that were sponsoring terrorism, which were Spain and South Korea, and the country of Spain is off the Mediterranean Sea, actually, and along with Syria and Iraq, which are also enemies of this country. And I would like to know of when the messengers shared that they're waiting for them at the Mediterranean Sea. And I would like to know the significance of the time and what was shared with these countries.
Well, yes, sir. The first thing, the man's time is up. And you just cannot make God a liar. Just can't do it. I mean, you grow old and die before that happens. He said at the end of it, in the beginning of the seventh day, he shall come and put them to rest and kill them. So what is taking place now is how it's being done. Most of us we hear what is supposed to take place and we think it's supposed to take place just the way it's said. No, very rare is it that way. Usually, when something says it's supposed to take place, then the how of it comes in, and you start it be well into it, and you say, "Oh, that's what was meant." So they're waiting. Yes, they're already there. What the wait is, and they've always been there for a long time. It just wasn't nothing hot enough for them to do anything, except for Hussein for a while. Now it's already kindled. The fire is already kindled, and it's going to magnify. So the conditions now is set in the right place. That was the wait for the conditions, not so much for them to show up there. For the conditions to be right. You know, like the sisters bake the cake and the bean pie, they preheat the oven. They got to get the conditions right before they put it in. So that's what happened. We had to get the conditions. Now the conditions are just right. So now they're rushing over because they don't believe, it's like a man got all this power and these guns and this, this technology. He had nothing to use it on.
Yes, sir.
So he said, yeah, I heard about that. I done studied Elijah, what he said and everything, but I can't resist witnessing my power. So I'm going anyhow. Because I'm a destroyer. And I love destroying. Especially the righteous. So let me go over from my home and destroy somebody else's home. I just love it, I love it, I love it. That's a condition.
You wait. You know what's really going to kick it off? They're going to start talking about America like they dogs. And Americans say, what? I can't stand that. I'm the mighty America. God has blessed me. You shall pay for that. Wrong move. So that's what happened. Yes, sir. We said we were waiting for them. They're waiting for them over there. They've been there for some time. But what we're really saying, we're waiting for the right condition. It has now presented itself.
Thank you. My second question is regarding to the four elements of the planet, and I'd like to know the original significance of them.
They provide life and allow you to have interchange with life. It allows you not to be stagnant. You talking about water, air, fire, and so forth and whatnot?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It adds spice to life. If you use one and don't use the other, you're stagnant. If you use them all when they should be used, you're living.
Yes, sir. Is it possible to produce a new element, a fifth one?
While making all things new.
Yes, sir.
So it's more than possible. We're going to do it.
Thank you very much, Father.
Yes, sir.
Love you. Salam alaikum.
Love you too. Two more? That's it?
Yes, sir, Father. I'm one of those brothers, one of those addicts who was changed at the twinkle of an eye.
Woo! Great black
And,
man.
you know, and at times I question, you know, the change, the worthiness of the change, because of some of my behaviors and my participation in the idea. And I just need to know, is there any more thrust that you could put to me to help me rectify my behavior and my participation?
Well, I won't say it's strange. Y'all use that language. However, like they say, the ways of God is strange. His thoughts are different. His ways are different. You continue being yourself in the face of difficulties that you think that you're having. Because in a few days, we're going to need everyone that has the power that you have expressed and bring about that change. So when things seem to be moving slower than what you're actually thinking, it makes you believe nothing is really happening that's worthy of your attention. Sometimes you go create trouble just to have something to do. Go hit the pipe one more time. However, that's in your waiting.
Yes, sir.
So when the real opportunity shows itself for your advancement, you will seize it. And then the motion will be at a rate where you will never be bored. So what's taking place here now, this is a Moss structure, so to say. I know we have the truck come out here once in a while and do a few things. Well, however, the main thing what's taking place here is just getting your thinking together. You have just a little activity called a fundraiser, you know, and I hope that really you're having fun raising. So if that's the case, well then that's the only thing as a unit, that's what I'm teaching for one to participate in where everybody's doing the same thing. Outside of that, if you got a job in the other world, well then you employ the mathematical thinking only to a degree because the occupation will not allow you to do it fully. White folks do not want you to be right. They will fire you. You see? So time is coming real close.
Also, I just want to know what tribe I'm from as well.
You look as though, from what I can see, it's hard to see in the night. Oh, there you go. Yes, sir. You look like you're 13. The God tribe. Of course, all the tribes are gods. But we got one tribe that is excited about being God. They just want to be God all the time.
Yes, sir.
If that answers your question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Something like a father.
Brother Islam.
Um, First of all, I'd like to thank you for a couple years ago, well, maybe a year and a half ago or so, you shared that my soulmate would be coming.
Yes, sir.
And praise be to you. Looks like I got a special delivery with a royal blessing on it.
Yes, sir.
So very pleased. And I'm going to use what you have taught to actually make sure that progress is made.
Yes, sir.
So thank you once again. The soulmate that I'm mentioning is from Jamaica, and I'd like to know the name of Jamaica. What does that mean?
A jewel in the making. Yes, sir. You know, the real essence of the strange land and the stranger and where we would be is here. However, before they got us all the way here, it was a few other places that they dropped us off or we escaped. Jamaica was one of them. So if you got somebody from there, it's more than likely they have not been tampered or polluted as much as we have. However, the need for pure thinking has not been produced there either, like it has been here. So, if you found your soulmate, make sure she's your soulmate. And you do that by the way they think. If they think the way you think, and like the way you think, you got a good opportunity to develop and magnify yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. My next question is on medicine men. I'd like to know, do gods, as far as antiquity is concerned and the future, also, do gods have medicine men?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only reason why we entertain that idea today is because of the degree of sickness and the time. You know, God don't get sick if He's God.
Yes, sir.
However, since I am the supreme being and I decided to come to the heart of hell, get down in the mud with you, and start walking out with you, bringing you out. However, once we get out, there won't be no such thing. That's why it says no more sadness, no more sorrow, no more tears. All of the former things will pass away. So God's no. God's give the healing to the people. They do the healing. They give knowledge for people to heal other people. So no, sir. At this particular time, we utilize what's here because that's what you're used to. We deal a little bit with what you're used to and bring you into that which you're not accustomed to make sure, you know, it's like you eating your dinner while you're watching the pie sit on the shelf. You know that's coming next. So if that answers your question.
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Staying with the idea of the medicine, when a person goes to a hospital, there's a sign like on an ambulance or whatnot of a staff with two snakes slithering around it or whatnot. Would you interpret that, Father, what that means?
Yes, sir. Well, anytime a man is ill, it usually comes from negative. And the known creature of negative is the snake. He was so much so that God put him on his belly. He didn't kill him because it wasn't time. He said, since it's not time to get rid of you, you should crawl on your belly until I come back, until it is your time. And if you're going to get up out of that negative to try to be close to me, it's going to have to be something that's strong. And the only thing that is strong like that is the law. So if they stick to the law, they will gravitate to that and be able to pull themselves up off their belly. So that means a sick man that's filled with negative, if he sticks to the law, Even the medicine man or the doctor that studies medicine and he puts what he has made in you. That's what it means. Medicine. They made something and put it in you. And it makes you well. Then you're going to have to stick to the law so that the negative that's in you will dissipate. It will come up and leave. And leave you standing up straight. Yes. You don't have to lay in the bed. Yes. If that answers the question.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Yes, sir. Lastly, I would like to know what is the purpose of hallucinogens?
Well, it depends upon what they're being used for. Most people think doing it just for fun. It takes them out of this world. You know, it's like curiosity killed the cat. Most time it kills them because what they're using to give them that type of experience is not right for the body. So you go into an illness or it happens without you wanting it to take place. Then if it's used properly from a man that knows how to use it, and he wants to get something that you claim that you have forgotten, they know how to put it in you and bring it out. Suddenly you remember. So that's what it's being used for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Father.
Yes, sir.
Love you.
Love you too.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, sir. Would you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you for being a doctor that did my eyes. And you got me a patient, gave me help from my heart.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you. I love you.
Love you too. Okay. Well, thank you for coming out to speak with me. One thing about being God, if it's just one person that will listen, he feels good about that. You know, we told the devil, we said, look, Mr. Devil, this is how generous I am. I'm going to go away and let you have this for 6 days. And in my absence, if you get everybody, when I come back, I'm going to give you the planet. But if you get everybody except one, just one, if you miss one, it's going to give me a reason to come and take it back. Thank you for the many that came out. Assalamu alaikum.